Okay, so in the last video I talked about words that we should try to eliminate or change from our vocabulary. Now this is useful from the beginning of the call all the way to when you leave. Try to get these words out of your vocabulary, all right? The first one is no problem. I myself had a big issue with this one. I tend to use that a lot. So a customer would say, "Thank you for all your hard work." I'd be like, "No problem." And I would leave. The problem with using the term no problem, it kind of takes all the value out of whatever you did. You basically are saying, "Oh, it was nothing. Don't worry about it. You don't need to thank me." But here's the thing, we did all this work. We really worked hard to do this stuff. So it's not a problem. It was a problem. So what we're going to start saying is, "You're welcome." Or, "It was my pleasure." Okay? Now you're accepting their thank you. You realize you did something for them and you're thanking them for acknowledging it. So after I got to the home, I build rapport. I do 3-4 hours of work in the house. I clean up. I collect payment, everything. They're like, "Oh, thank you so much for all your help." "Oh, no problem." No. It was a problem. We worked our butt off, okay? It's, "You're welcome." Or, "You know what, Mrs. Jones, it was my pleasure." And you leave. So try to get rid of the word no problem in your professional life and get rid of it in your personal life, okay? It also builds confidence by looking them in the eye and saying, "You're welcome." You hold the door open for somebody at the gas station. "Thank you." "You're welcome." All right? Okay. We talked about this in a previous video, but the word no. Try to get rid of the word no in your vocabulary. It's always yes. Even if it's something that you want to say no, say, "Yes, I understand the question, but what I can do for you is this," instead of saying the word no. Don't use the word contract. Contracts are scary. Nobody likes to sign contracts. Use the word agreement. It's an agreement, not a contract. I don't like the word need to or have to. Nobody likes to need to or have to do anything. If I go to somebody's house, or let's say to bring my car in to get worked on, and they're like, "Yeah, you need to put in a new starter." Well, no, I don't need to do anything. I can choose to do nothing. So that's not true. Now, what they would say is, "Well, we recommend putting a new starter because the one you have is bad." Okay, it's really not a choice, but they're making it sound like a choice. Again, logically, we shouldn't need to do that. Emotionally, we do. So what I recommend is running a diagnostic. Not we have to run a diagnostic, okay? Using the word sales, selling, or sold, it's ownership. Oh, let's get you happily involved, or ownership of something. Not, "I want to sell you something, you need to be so, I'm going to sell you this, I'm going to sell you that." We don't use those words in the house, all right? Cost, buy, or spend. Nothing's a cost, it's an investment. The great thing about our industry is nothing we do in a house costs them anything. They are investing in their home because it's either going to maintain the value of their home or it's going to raise the value of their home, depending on the project you're doing. The only way it costs them money is if they hire the wrong company. See what I did there? If they hire the wrong company that doesn't get the root of their problem fixed, or doesn't fix the problem, or creates more problems, then it costs them money. But we're a good company. We're going to fix the root of the problem, and we're going to get them something that's going to last in their home. So it's an investment. Policy, company policy, don't use that. Nope, this is a value we bring to you, is what you say. Code. Get rid of the word code. Tell them why the code was made. That is much more important. Every code is made for a reason. Give them the reason the code is made. So Mrs. Jones, code says you need GFI outlets next to your sink. No. See, nobody wants to do it because code is law. You're forcing me to do something, or the government or the city is enforcing me to do something. Nobody wants to do that. Say, Mrs. Jones, a safety enhancement for your home is to install shock guard receptacles to the next of your sink. The reason why you should have these receptacles is because when you go to wash your hands are dripping wet. And if you were to go plug something in, that water could drip on the prongs of the receptacle and you could get an electrical shock. See, I'm not telling it's code. I'm telling them why they need it done and a story to back it up. All right? I don't want them to sign anything. It's authorized. Please go ahead and authorize me to do this. Not sign right here, because then it goes back to a contract thing. Using words to tell you the truth or to be honest with you. Now, I'm not like this, but some people are. If you use the terms to be honest with you, some people automatically think that if you say that, that means you haven't been honest with them previously. Or to tell you the truth, same thing. That means you haven't been truthful to them. Okay? So try to remove those words out of your vocabulary. Exaggeration. So here's an example. We talked about this with disc profiling, but I want to touch back on it again because disc profiling is like this. A C, don't exaggerate things. Mrs. Jones, everybody buys our club membership. A C will be like, in their mind, they'll say, no, they don't. Not every customer buys your club membership. You're exaggerating. I don't trust you. C's don't exaggerate. All right? Okay, so those are specific words. Now we have non-confident run-on words or sentences. Okay? There's really no need to ever use any of these. You're going to catch me doing this all the time in these videos, and you're going to catch yourself. You're never probably going to get totally rid of all these things, but keep in mind some of these things happen, and we kind of set ourselves up to make ourselves look stupid. All right? And here's how it goes. Basically, but, technically. So here's an example. You go to a store, right? And you're looking at a wall of TVs. And there's some 17-year-old kid there working the aisle at Walmart with all these TVs on the wall. And you walk up and you ask him a question like, which one's the best TV? Now, there's a couple different ways that could be answered. The kid could walk up and be like, what's the best TV? The best TV is the third one to the right. And the reason is because it has 1080p and it's LED screen and it has the best features. It comes with a remote. You can run it Bluetooth from your phone, whatever, okay? But here's what usually happens. Hey, which is the best TV? Well, technically the top right one is because, well, it has 1080p, because that's what the sticker says on it. And it has this remote, so that's one of the reasons it's better. And you can control it from your phone. See, it's not confident. And we're using these run-on words. Technically, basically, but get rid of them. You don't look confident by using those words. Now, you're going to see me use these same words in all these videos. It's human nature. We're going to do it, but try to catch yourself so you're not consistently doing it. Part of the reason we use those words is because our brain hasn't caught up to our mouth yet. And so we don't know what to say, so we come up with these, well, technically. We come up with these words because we're trying to buy time for our brain to catch up. So instead of doing that, one of the tricks you can use for your brain to catch up is just repeat the question. So, which one of these TVs are better? Which ones of these TVs are better? Well, the one on the top right, see how I did that? I repeated the question to give my brain some time to think about the answer instead of, well, maybe, technically, and all those words, okay? So Get rid of the negative words, get rid of the bad words, and try not to use run-on sentences that make you look stupid, or maybe not stupid, but just not confident. Confidence is huge. Look the customer in the eye and give them a confidence response.